Hey, Brad, how's it going? Your host today, NLP Ja, and I'm here with Jimmy. How's it going, Jimmy?
It's going all right, man. We gonna get get on with some fights, you know. Honestly, this card don't got the names, but it's a slaughterhouse basically. If you look at the odds, man, you're gonna see finishes in this fight, bro. Like this weekend, people are getting knocked out. It's mismatches everywhere, from the top to the bottom.
Yeah, especially that everybody here is fighting for a spot, fighting for a name. There's going to be a lot of more close fights instead of people like trying to just timid because they don't want to lose their spot in the rankings, holding and everything like that. There's going to
Yeah,
be a lot
pushing
of
their way
actual
up.
fight. Yeah.
Before we cover this card this weekend, we got some news. Charles Oliveira is the first time fighting on a fight night card in the first time in like 5 years. He's fighting Rafael Fiziev in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil right after the UFC 320 card. That's interesting. You know, he just got coming off of a brutal knockout. So,
Yeah,
I mean, that's a
I
quick turnaround for him.
I don't think it's smart. However, we know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get back into the title fight. He's trying to get back into
Yeah,
the title fight.
he'll
And
always be one fight away, honestly.
yes, but I don't like that. And
I
he's
feel
always
you.
one fight away. And Fiziev, he's probably a fight or two away.
Yeah, he's nine. I think he's nine right now. His
Yeah,
last fight, he just lost to Gaethje. So,
yeah, he's like two fights away. I say Fiziev this fight, and then he gets. I mean, if he wins, I say Patty Gaethje's there as well again for the rematch, or like, what is his name? I forgot Godwin. I forgot to say his name. Starts with the
oh,
his last.
Gamrot,
Yeah,
Gamrot,
Gamrot.
yeah,
I
Matisse,
see
yeah,
one of those potentially being his next fights,
yeah,
because all those guys are centered around in the same situation. They're
not for sure.
a win or two away from fighting for the title.
But I feel like Chuck wins this fight between them two. I don't know. I don't like the turnaround, but I think Charles is better on the ground than Fiziev. It's just, the only thing you got to worry about with Charles is he's chinny and he's just coming off that crazy knockout. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's too quick of a turnaround for me to say I got Charles. Personally, I say Fizzy off winning, and maybe by knockout again, because
Mm.
Charles is still wearing, and that chin is soft.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. Just we gotta do a quick recap of last week's card. Nothing too crazy. Like probably three good fights. The last three fights were brawls. You know, Ribovics put on a crazy performance. He had a 3 round brawl. I forgot who was the co-main. I can't remember. Elvis. It was Elvis Brenner versus Ribovics. I think that might have been a co-main. But the one before that, they had a good scrap too. And then Tatsuro Taira smoked Hyung Sung Park. The like the levels in flyweight is just once the top five is way different than the top like the bottom eight. So I don't know. The gap is real, and we're gonna see that on this card in the co-main with Urseg and Ode Osborne. But I feel I don't know, man. Not much. Two gut kick TKOs, which is kind of rare to see, and that's really about it for last week's Tyra Park card. First Asian main event though, which is kind of historic if you want to go for history. But if you want to get into the meat of what we're dealing with tomorrow, the knockout fest, I think is going to happen because there's two fights on this card that are guaranteed. I swear they're going to be either first round or second round knockouts. Two of these guys shouldn't even be in the UFC, bro.
Which fights are those?
Elijah Smith will absolutely smoke. What's his name? Kashinomo.
Mosh, yeah, Cosma. I'm gonna just say
Yeah,
Cos.
Cos. Okay, listen, this man Cos, bro. He blitzes.
SKAZ.
Yeah, Kazuma.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna just say Cos.
Yeah, he blitzes in. He like you remember that Hyder Emil fight where Hyder Emil just put all the pressure on, just went straight out of the gates. That's
Yeah,
what that's what Kazuma does. But Kazuma's gonna get caught by Elijah Smith, and Elijah Smith is gonna knock him out probably round one. I see round one. And the other one is the Julius. Who's Julius Walker fight? It's the Sierra. I can't pronounce his name.
so
He's
Julius
fighting.
Walker. He's fighting Raphael. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know how
Yeah,
to
just
pronounce his
Raphael.
last name.
Raphael should not be in the UFC. I feel like Julius Walker is gonna ground and pound, TKO this guy, or might sub him. It depends. He's gonna get him on the ground, and he's either gonna get fist to the face or he's getting choked out. That's how I see those two fights going. And those are back to back. They're like right before the prelim finisher. So
Yeah,
if you wanna see chaos, tune into those.
interesting. The fight I think honestly is going to steal the night. It's probably the co-main, just because it
Erstag,
looks like yeah, the Steve
yeah,
versus no, it's OD versus Steve.
yeah,
I don't. It's not even that. I think they fucked with. I think we're gonna steal the night because they have nothing to lose. There's a co-main of a fight night. That neither one of them are ranked. They're gonna just throw it all out there. That's what
yeah.
personally I think.
Steve Erceg's trying to get back in. He was the person who only gave Pantoja his hardest fight. Pantoja's hardest fight was Steve Erceg. He debatably won. I mean, he lost, but I mean, he gave Pantoja the hardest fight he's ever had in the UFC. He's had a couple two tough beats because he's only faced the top guy. Odie Osborne is coming into this fight on late notice, short notice. So I feel like Odie Osborne's only path to victory is an early knockout. If this gets into round two, three, I see Steve Erceg either gets a submission on the ground because Steve Erceg is just so much better than him on the ground, or he just gets a 30-27 win. That's how I see that fight going.
Yeah, I see it going the distance. I don't see it being a finish at all. Especially, I mean, I hope it's a finish if it's going to be on the ground, but I don't see it being a finish. I see it just being that him getting mauled for three straight rounds, and when they stand up, it's a good clash. That's what I see.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. I feel you. If we want to start at the top of the card, Cody Brundage hasn't been the best in UFC, but he's coming in last minute fighting a tomato can. I don't know. I feel like this is getting him back on track, getting him back in the win column.
Well, it's a
Oh,
middle kid.
yeah, using tomato can, bro. I don't know how he he gets. I mean, Cody Brundage kind of got screwed in a couple of his matchmaking. Like he couldn't beat a couple of those guys, but this guy here, I don't know where they found him, but I feel like this should be an easy, probably Cody Brundage decision, just because I don't feel like he has the finishing power. I mean, he has the ground skill for sure to always be dangerous, but I don't see that happening.
I mean,
But
it's one of those fights where you're just throwing somebody to somebody and hoping that that somebody performs.
mhm.
And if Cody doesn't perform now,
He's
I
getting
don't.
cut, bro. There's no way.
Yeah.
If you can't
Okay.
beat this tomato can, bro, you're gone. You're out of here.
I didn't want to say it, you know,
Yeah,
but that's kind of
yeah.
that's kind of what it was leading towards. If you can't beat
Nah,
a
for sure.
guy that they just picked out of somewhere in the United States, then it's
Yeah, yeah.
just I don't
No
think
need.
yeah.
A woman fight that's on this card that's going to be actual fireworks is the fight after that, the Gabrielle Fernandez versus what's her Stolansky, right? I can't
You,
pronounce her
you
last name.
said so.
It's
It's Gabriel versus Stola. Yeah, bro.
Stolansky. Yeah,
Julia.
Stolansky. She,
Julia.
yeah, she's a
It's
Lithuanian. All right. So here's how this fight's going to go, right? Gabrielle Fernandez, her last fight, she gave Wayne Kong one of the best fights she's ever had. She beat Wayne Kong, and Wayne Kong's in the top 15. Uh,
but
I
she's not
see.
ranked.
No, Gabriel Fernandez. Yeah, she's not. Fernandez is not ranked currently, but I feel like she's going to be ranked after this fight. She's going to finish this fight. The only hope that Julia has is just getting her on the ground and for an armbar, but I don't see that happening here because Fernandez has good jujitsu and she also has the hands. Every round starts on the feet, and Gabriel Fernandez had or Gabriela Fernandez. I keep on. She has the advantage on the feet tenfold, bro. You might even see a knockout because she has hands. And I don't call these women's fights like that often, bro. Where they're knockouts. Normally it's like a decision fest, but this one I see sparks coming out.
I see exactly what you said. A decision fest, because that's all. Every time the women face each other, every time it's a women fight, I see that. It's just like it's either a decision fest or a crazy knockout or one. It's one or the other. To be
Yeah,
honest, you
yeah.
get the random, you get the once upon good fight, good matchups. Then you also get the
Decision
you
fest.
know, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the
Kind
other
of.
two women's fights are going to be decision fest. Like Jocelyn Edwards, she's had a full camp. This Priscilla Cacciabati is her nickname. Is Priscilla Cacciabati? It's because it's like Cachiware or something. So last name. I think she's not having a full camp. Jocelyn Edwards is on the rise. I feel like she easily gets a 30-27 win just because she's so much bigger than her too. Like so, the size advantage is crazy. And then the
And that's my
co-main.
problem. I shouldn't say, "Oh, that's a decision fest," when it's literally going to be a person who had a full
Yeah,
camp versus a person who didn't. That
yeah,
can be my problem. But that's neither here nor there.
yeah. And the last woman's fight is Angela Hill and Yasmin Lucindo. Listen, Lucindo's 23. She has some upside, but Angela Hill's a 40-year-old veteran who's had way more fights, way more experience. I lean more towards the experience side in the decision fest, so that's who I'm taking in that fight.
So I think this is Lucindo, and the reason why I think this is a fight that they give Lucindo so they can just like push her to the top sneakily, like how they did
Mm,
that they normally do, where you'll
yeah.
fight people who are close to you but not ahead of you or really, and then you get those ranked wins, and that's what gives you a title shot. I think that's what they're leaning towards doing. So I have
Mm.
Lucindo winning,
Push
just
the
the
youth
simple
to the
fact
top.
that, yeah, that's what I think
Yeah,
they're trying to do.
I like that.
Which
I like that. I'm not mad at that. Who else have we not covered? I mean, the main event, Delizzi versus Hernandez. Listen, Anthony Hernandez should be going and winning this fight, but I don't think so, man. I think Delizzi pulls it out. Anthony Hernandez is good on the ground, but you got to get Delizzi to the ground. Delizzi is bigger than him. He has great takedown defense, and he's not bad on the ground himself. And I think in a pure striking fight, I think Delizzi beats Fluffy here.
I think Anthony wins surprisingly. I think
Mm,
he's the better fighter. Well, I think it's just that he might be smaller, but in my personal opinion, he's a better all around fighter.
hmm
Where I see him, he can possibly get him to the ground 2 or 3 times around and really make it interesting, and it goes to decision, and who knows? I feel like it goes to decision and Anthony wins. However,
mm,
if it doesn't go to decision, I don't see him winning. And my only way I see him winning is if it goes to decision. If it doesn't, I see him losing.
okay, okay. I'm not mad at that. That's a good take. That's a good take. Um, I think there's another one more interesting fight on this card, which is Andre Fili and Christian Rodriguez. And Andre Fili is the king of stopping all these up and comers, bro. Like he's the fraud checker, and I feel like he fraud checked C Rod here. This is a fight that C Rod should win on paper, but and Andre Fili always pulls it out. He always pulls the veteran card on these up and comers, and I think he does it here tonight or tomorrow night.
Like I said, I want the youth to keep pushing. So even
There you
though I
go.
don't think he's super young, I know that I just want him to win for some fact that I need new, fresh stars. I don't need to keep seeing the same people fight over and over.
Some new
Eventually, it's going
blood.
to be a change. Yeah, there has to be a change of the guard eventually.
No, I feel you. I feel you. And speaking of changing the guard, these next couple weeks, September is packed with crazy good fight nights. October is loaded with two pay-per-views and the Rio de Janeiro
Uh,
Oliveira Fiziev card. So we're gonna get some great fights coming up in these next couple months.
Especially Shamaya winning the title in the next what weeks
Next
or so.
week, you think? See, here's how I think. This is the early predict because we're gonna go over that full card next week, right? But here's my early prediction for UFC 319. If Chimaev can't get it done by round two, Duplessis wins that fight. That's how I see that.
Interesting. Interesting. I don't see a way. I think Chimaev just molds him for round
I could
after
see it.
round after round. Where, but now if he can't get him to the ground, I don't know if his stand up game is good enough to win. I know if he gets him to the ground, he's winning the fight.
Mm,
However, if the fight don't go to the ground, I personally don't know if his stand up is that good. Not that good. It is good enough to win.
yeah,
Only time will tell.
yeah. I feel like it's also the gas tank check. Chimaev's never been in a 5 round fight. He always
Us
gets
too.
another. So
And
that's.
he's also been flipping from weight to weight to weight. It's the first
Hmm.
time he's been consistent at a weight to where he's getting a title fight where we don't. There's too many unknowns.
For sure, for sure. Honestly, if he was healthy 2 years ago, like he would have already been the champ. Like this has been a long time coming for Chimaev, honestly.
I mean, if he was healthy 2 years ago, Bilal Muhammad or Leon Edwards would have never had a chance to get to the
Never,
title.
never, not at all, not at all, bro.
The whole
But
landscape of the that division would have been
well,
changed.
yeah, welterweight would have been looking a lot different, or not like welterweight. Like it's middleweight. That's what it is, middleweight, 185. Had to think real quick.
No, that's where he's out now. With Leon was welterweight, right?
Yeah,
Leon
yeah.
was welterweight.
Leon and
Had
Bilal
he
were
stayed,
welterweight.
yeah, had
Yeah,
he
yeah.
stayed at welterweight, then and beat them to everything changes. He gets a
Oh
title shot
yeah,
against Kamal Usman. Who knows? He's welterweight champion right now.
yeah. That's true. That's true. Any other fights sticking out on that card that we just reviewed? I feel like there's a couple we missed, but I mean,
There's a
there's
couple that we missed. I don't know if it stands out, but I know we missed the Uris versus Gilbert match. I'm probably messed up those butchered those
no.
names.
You got it. Euros.
Yeah, Gilbert
Basically,
versus Uris. We missed
Euro,
that one.
Euros is a technical striker who's fought legitimate comp. It's kind of this story of this card is grapplers who have only one way of winning versus absolute killer strikers, basically. And this is one of those matchups. Euros is a technical sound striker who can tag from the outside, tag from the inside. Euros' only path to victory is on the ground. He can't stay in the bank with nobody. Or Gilbert can't stay in the bank with nobody, I should say. Euros is like the technical striker. Is
I
there any?
mean, Gilbert is the grappler.
Yeah, Gilbert's the
Well, if he
grappler.
loses, he's American. He loses. American grapplers aren't well
The
used to
narrative is
be.
over. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
kind of
If you're
went
not from
away
the
a
mountain of
while.
if you're not from the mountain of Caucasus, your grappling
So
doesn't matter.
you could be from anywhere else but America. Your grappling phases me at this point. You can
Nah, I
be
feel you.
from the Great Wall of China, and I think you can out grapple somebody.
Hey, Zhang Wei Li's got solid ground game, and she is from China. So, speaking
That's
of
my
China,
point.
there is a Chinese fight night after the UFC 319 card. They
Oh,
go to Shanghai, so keep a lookout for that. Probably going to be an early time for us because they're way ahead of us. We saw
yeah.
the doctor, Ming Chi, KO a girl who, I mean, she told her mom that she's still in med school training to be a doctor when she's out here knocking people out in the UFC. So
I
The
mean,
Asian cards are always
she
interesting to me.
technically is
They always
a
trying to find.
doctor.
They're
She's
always
sending
trying to
people.
push the branch in Asia, trying to find the new talent because Korean
Yeah.
Zombie was so popular. So they're trying to find
And
new
Wing Chun,
new people over there. They got a couple with
Willie.
Tatsuro Taira from Japan, Hung Sung Park, South Korea. They got a couple more coming on the come up. Uh, there's a new guy called the new Korean Zombie Junior. He's a dog.
We'll be on the lookout for him. But what was I about to say? Uh, yeah. He's gone. Well, the Whaley also has been loved from over there as well. There's multiple people from over there that is loved. So I mean, it's great that we're to see them go over there for one of the so many times they've been there. And yeah.
Coming out with all the sports. You know, you like football, you like wrestling, you like UFC. We got it all, man. WNBA, Moss is doing it, and
Yep.
we'll be back next week with a 319 preview and wrap up of this card. See how we did on our predictions.
All right. And with that, not move is out. Everybody has a blessed day.